Hey everybody, Grimble here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I will be reacting to My Adventures with Superman, Episode 8. Loved the last episode. It was so much fun. It was really cool to see Clark in his element at the very beginning. As I had mentioned in previous reactions, I really wanted to see Clark be himself. You get to see that third version of Clark that I've mentioned over and over again, the one that is actually the real Clark, who is not trying to hide his identity as he would in the Daily Planet as Clark Kent, or also be some sort of symbol for peace and justice and have all this responsibility and weight on his shoulder that he does when he is Superman. Just be himself. And that's what we got to see in that episode on full display, especially at the beginning, as he was preparing for this date in front of Jimmy, flying around the place, drawing a map on the ceiling. Like, it was just fantastic. Of course, we also got introduced to another common Superman villain in Mxyzptlk, and he is a really fun villain. He's somebody that is basically a god of chaos, a trickster, somebody that wants to cause problems and mayhem and have fun while doing it. I've always really enjoyed the character itself. And we also got a lot of fun throwbacks in this episode, especially a lot of tie-ins to the Bruce Timm animated series from the 90s. You got to see Mixie turn Superman into that version of himself. And you also saw a hologram version of the Lois Lane from the Bruce Timm series when Lois was going through the League of Lois Lanes in their big hallway. So it was full of a bunch of delicious, tasty fan service for people like me who grew up on the 90s series. And yeah, I just really enjoyed seeing all of that, all the tie-ins and throwbacks, including Mixie himself putting on the little leprechaun hat that the character wore in the Bruce Timm series as well. And then, of course, with all of that, we get the continued romance between Lois and Clark, and even a couple kisses in this episode, which was just fun. So much fun to see. Yet again, loving the fact that they're starting this early on, and we won't have to do this will they, won't they thing for several seasons before we get their first kiss kind of thing. So, really enjoyed it. Glad they're starting this off early, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So with that being said, let's hop right into My Adventures with Superman, Episode 8. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows. Great, so this is apparently a two-parter. Oh boy. Interesting.
What?
Ooh.
You stole from us. You committed a litany of crimes with our technology. You destroyed property and endangered citizens. But today, you will repay your debt to society.
Hello?
Oh, is he developing his super hearing?
Hello? Huh?
Help me!
Uh.
Oh no! The brakes aren't working!
Wow. A lot of shitty things all at once.
After this operation, Superman will cease to be a problem.
The General.
Hey, Clark! I'm back from my parents. Sorry if you tried to call. I forgot my charger. Oh. 500 new followers?
Wow.
Wow. Clark's been busy.
Oh, you have no idea, Jimmy.
Oh
After driving
no.
away from the warehouse district, there was almost a bulldozer accident. I stopped it. I have super hearing.
I have super hearing.
I can hear everyone. And Jimmy. They have problems.
Oh no. Oh no.
You been sleeping much, buddy?
Not for a few days. I heard him. The General.
The guy who attacked you?
He's in the city and he's planning something. I can't stop until I find him.
Maybe we just go to work and...
Lois, I almost forgot. Ah!
Wait! 1 million new followers?
That happened fast.
Keep doing what you're doing, buddy!
Oh, wow. That's a bit much. 1 week?
Lane, good, you're here. Come with me, quickly.
Why? What's going on?
Not gonna ask about all the flowers?
I need you to assist our guest editorial writer, but I also need you to not freak out.
Why would I freak out? It's Vicky Vale! Perry, do you even know how many awards she's won?
Yes, it's very impressive, but
I have a poster of her in my bedroom.
Neat.
Awkward.
A poster of me in my office. On the awards side, but who's really counting, other than the prize committees?
Oh boy.
Lois Lane, it's an honor.
Nice to meet you, too.
and there's Olsen. He'll be your photographer.
Fantastic.
I want her here, winning us awards. So today I need you to do whatever you can to keep her happy. Got it?
That will not be a problem, Chief.
Don't call me that.
She seems really tall.
We're writing about the #1 greatest danger to Metropolis. Superman.
Oh god. Oh.
Honey, where are you? Libby! Oh, Mommy!
Oh.
Reports of an invisible man.
Superman's an overpowered vigilante who doesn't answer to anyone.
I mean, he has secrets, but he wouldn't, he wants to help.
A superpower being shows up and all he wants is to pull cats out of trees? Yeah, I'm not buying it.
You should let us set up interviews for you. That's why you wanted our help, right? We know Metropolis and the people in it better than anyone.
Well, that and it annoyed Perry.
We call him Chief and he hates it.
Superman saved my life when my engine stalled out. Without him, I wouldn't be here today.
Such a nice boy. And he carries my groceries.
Not gonna have much luck finding bad things.
He saved Flip's life. Twice.
And he let Patty interview him for the News Kid newspaper.
It's Clark.
The people on the show.
Sorry, I don't have much time. An invisible man is running around, and I think he's connected to the general. I need to find him.
An invisible force broke the window at Morrison's pawn shop less than a minute ago.
Thanks, Jimmy. Lois, I'll be fine.
Be careful.
Oh, why didn't Jimmy get something?
Superman's no hero. He's the end of the world.
Is he now? Tell me everything.
Oh, Alex. Can't help everybody all the time.
You say Superman is dangerous.
Are you kidding? Look around. Superman is a criminal. He destroyed this tower, bankrupted a Mesotech, and put thousands out of
He
work,
destroyed the tower.
including me.
I see a level of destruction no human could ever achieve.
Ignoring the suit that the guy was wearing that everybody saw him wear?
He turned your city into a war zone.
Oh, come on.
At what point will he destroy the rest
That's a
of
bit
the
of a
country?
stretch.
If he really wanted to hurt us, what could we do about it?
I know Superman, and he wouldn't do that.
Not all of us share your faith.
Wait, he's a biased source.
Unlike your contacts?
That's different.
Vicky, you can't publish this.
You want to be #1? You don't get there by writing fluff.
Never meet your idols. Something's gonna happen that's not gonna look good to the public. Oh.
Huh?
Heck! You could have killed someone!
Get away from him. He's dangerous.
There's a huge accident and Superman caused it.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, I was trying to save...
The Invisible Man. Oh, come on.
Sorry.
It's a bit of the benefit of the doubt at this point.
Clark!
Where are you?
Uh...
Clark, what what is going on?
I ran into some trouble. And this is my one shot to find the general.
And if you find him, what then? You're gonna fight the US military?
That man kidnapped people, Lois. I have to stop him.
And I can see what they're saying about you.
Superman's dangerous. He should go back to where he came from.
Ouch.
I've scared them. Right now, I need to find the general before...
Well, maybe you shouldn't. Take a break from being Superman and just try being normal?
Normal.
Clark, no,
Oh, man.
Leave me alone!
I'm not trying to hurt you.
Then let me go! I need to save my sister. They took him into an underground facility with their other prisoners. I found out that they're moving everyone out today.
How did he get rid of the neck brace?
But if you show me where they're holding her, I'll help you get them back. Everyone hold on! I'm here to help!
Oh, they're not. That was a setup. Ow.
Hey, buddy!
Oh no.
You really think you could ruin my life without any consequences?
I mean, he's the easy one, just don't fight back. Oh, Deathstroke too. That's gonna be rough. Ooh.
I found a new backer for my parasite tech, and they hate you as much as I do.
Should've learned. Ooh, that's not gonna look good.
Whoa, did you see what Vicky Vale just posted?
The Ugly Truth About Superman by Vicky Vale, the Gotham Gazette's new editor-in-chief?
What
She
the
used
hell?
to get promoted.
What was that? Did he level up? What's he doing? Looks like kryptonite, but it's not.
Stand down, Ivo.
Well, this is where we find out. Lois is gonna see him.
You're done when I say you're done.
He didn't get rid of the collar. It was a setup, of course.
You are the end of the world.
No, I only wanna...
Shut him up.
Guess she's not gonna see him.
They've taken Clark.
Man. Okay, so we just saw episode 8 of My Adventures with Superman, and apparently this is a part 1 of a 2-parter, so it does feel like I'm missing half of the information. It is pretty late right now. I don't think I can get into the next episode as much as I want to, so it might have to wait for next week to get to part 2. But I do think we're getting closer and closer to the big reveal. My prediction that the General is indeed Lois's father, General Lane, because that did feel like what they were leading up to. It was a moment where because she hasn't seen him yet. She hasn't seen them in the same place at the same time. And, you know, it makes me wonder because there can't be like a lot of generals that live in Metropolis. So if it is her father, you would have thought she would have gone, I wonder who this general is that Superman keeps talking about, you know, could be my dad. Or maybe even bring up to Clark at this point, like, yeah, hey, my dad's a general. Maybe he knows who this guy could be, right? Like, I don't know. I would bring it up. maybe at some point. She does seem to have a very estranged relationship with her father, which is pretty commonplace between these different Superman stories and Lois and General Lane. They don't always have the best relationship. But I could also be completely off on my prediction, and maybe it's not her dad. So, but I don't think so at this point. I think I've got this. I think this is a good prediction. I'm gonna stick with it, and hopefully we'll find out in the next episode, or at the very least, the 10th episode, I believe, which is 2 away, is the finale. So hopefully we'll find out some information by then. They're also sort of setting up that idea that I mentioned in the last reaction, where they're making Clark or Superman seem like a danger to Metropolis and even the world itself. And that may come into play with the kryptonite that Lois got. Again, I don't know if she'll willingly give it over to her father or the general, whoever he is. I don't think so. She hasn't seen enough yet. I don't feel like that would make her feel like he's a threat. However, the fact that they've taken him in, it could be one of those dark side situations where there's some mind control or something happens that makes Superman do something that he normally wouldn't do, which in turn might make Lois feel like she has to use the kryptonite. I don't know. It's got to come into play at some point, and she's the one that has it. So somehow she's either going to inadvertently give it over to the enemy or somebody that will use it against Clark, or she's going to feel the need to use it against him herself. They do seem to be really intent on showcasing how this file that she got from the League of Lois's is affecting her and her judgment and thought process on who Clark is and what he's capable of. You kind of saw it when Alex was talking all that trash about Superman, and Jimmy was over there standing up for him, fighting for him, and then when it came to Lois, she was stumbling and hesitant to say what she wanted to say. And you could also see Jimmy kind of look at her like, why are you doing that? Why aren't you backing me up here, Lois? Like, you know him. He's your boyfriend, basically, at this point. Like, stand up for him. Stick up for him. Of course, Jimmy doesn't know the information that Lois has, but still, that's got to throw some red flags for Jimmy going, what's going on here? And speaking of Alex talking all that trash about Superman, it was so hard to just, it was a stretch. Because there were people that witnessed what was going on in that moment. They witnessed that, I forget, Dr. Ivo, I believe, go nuts. Lose it. Threaten people. Lock them in. They were all there. They saw it. It's not a mystery what happened. And everybody knows that Superman came in and stopped this guy from terrorizing everyone. And he was the one that did a lot of the damage to his own building. So, I don't know. That whole interview thing, I don't know. That's a little hard to swallow because that is not a story I feel like people could latch on to start hating on Superman. Let alone one that would allow Vicky Vale to sort of weasel her way into the Daily Planet and take over. You know, because it's so unbelievable. A bunch of people were there. They saw what happened. So, I don't know. That might just be something that I'll have to suspend my disbelief a little bit, because that did seem a little too conveniently rushed in terms of trying to get a way to have Vicky Vale take over the Daily Planet and to have people start distrusting Superman. Because it all seemed to happen really fast. Right? Like, he stops one truck from running over this invisible guy. Now, granted, nobody could see him, right? Because he's invisible. Or at least, I don't know. Because it seemed like some people could see him because he had some water splashed on him. So his hologram was visible at some points. And I don't think Superman was using any kind of X-ray vision to see him. But either way, it did seem like nobody actually saw him. And Superman stops this truck from running over him, essentially. And causes this big backup in traffic and accidents, and as they said, he could have killed someone. And sure, it may not have been the best move on Superman's part. He's clearly shown that he's capable of moving faster than that to get somebody out of the way instead of just pushing him out of the way and stopping the truck with his hands. But he was also really, really tired and not himself at that point and hopped up on a bunch of coffee. So, mistakes do happen in that case. But it was still interesting to see how quickly people just turned on him. Like, it was just, even the little girl that he had just saved was like, oh no, I'm scared. And even though he wasn't showing any kind of anger or he didn't have any sort of threatening behavior prior to that, it was interesting. It was interesting how quickly everybody just jumped on the bandwagon. But you know what? I say that, and who knows what would happen if this happened in the real world. I'm sure there would be people that would quickly jump on that sort of bandwagon and not give somebody like Superman the benefit of a doubt, no matter what he had done for people prior to that in his country. You know, people are always going to be suspicious. And fair being fair, they don't all know him as well as Jimmy and Lois do, and Lois is even doubting her own thoughts because of this file. So I guess it could be understandable to see that people might do that to Superman. But I also believe on the flip side, there would be plenty of people that would stand up for him, that he had helped out and felt like he was a good person at heart. Hey everybody, Future Grimble here. I wanted to make a bit of a correction to this video. I noticed as I was editing it, they said that Vicky Vale was promoted to editor-in-chief of the Gotham Gazette, not the Daily Planet. I don't know why I heard the Daily Planet in my head, and that's why I felt this was really weird and didn't make any sense. This makes a whole lot more sense. She didn't take over the Daily Planet. She's just running things at the Gotham Gazette now. So yeah, just wanted to step in here, make that correction. You'll notice that I was totally way off on my understanding of it as I continue to speak here in a second. But anyways, back to past Grimble. But yeah, in the end, either way, Vicky Vale has weaseled her way into the top of the Daily Planet and is now running things somehow. They said got promoted, but she didn't even work there, so I don't know. I don't quite know what that means. That means they would have had to fire Perry and replace him with her just because she had a great story. I don't know. Look, I don't know what happened. Maybe we'll find out. I'm probably trying to look too far into things when this is just a part one of a two-parter, so I really need to reserve some judgment until I see the second episode, because things just aren't quite adding up right now at this time. But either way, we did get this all-out battle between Superman and all the villains he's put away this entire season. All came back with one goal, to take him out. And in the end, they were able to take him down, and the general captured Superman. Now, how they're going to hold him is another question. He may be unconscious right now, but when he wakes up, what are they going to do? I don't believe they know about kryptonite yet. I don't even think they realize that the red sun can actually weaken him, unless they discovered that somehow when he went to the Cadmus Labs area where it was covered by that red sun containment field and it seemed to weaken him. Maybe they somehow noticed that that was happening and realized they could use that to their advantage. But if it's not for kryptonite and it's not for the red sun field, yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to keep him in there. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, guys, that's really all I've got for this episode. It is kind of a short discussion at this point because it is a two-parter. So I'm sure I'm going to get more answers in the next episode on part 2. And I'm really looking forward to seeing who this general guy is. I hope we get the reveal soon because I am pretty sure I'm right. So with that said, guys, please continue on the discussion in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know if you guys feel the same way I do, that people kind of rushed to judge him a little too quickly and things, and especially what happened with Alex and Vicky Vale trying to use that story to rise to power in the Daily Planet. It all just seems a bit odd and maybe slightly rushed on a story point of view, which, you know, to be fair, I have done nothing but gush about how well the writers have done with this series so far, so I can absolutely overlook, you know, these minor offenses if they don't even explain it in the later episode. But I am just curious, did you guys feel the same way I am right now when you first saw this? And either way, I enjoyed the episode overall, and I'm really looking forward to getting some answers in the next one. So with all that said, guys, thanks for checking out this reaction, and I'll see you guys in the next one.